Well, hello, friends and followers. So here's something I'm happy about. It's a Saturday. I had my test at the hospital. My heart isn't plugged up with plaque or gunk in the major arteries, so that made me happy. Still not sure how to cure my AFib condition, but at least I'm not going to fall over from a heart attack. So that is a good thing. Anyway, so I've had these Motorola microphones that I bought off of eBay a while back, and this one I bought to work on, but I hadn't done much with it. This other one I had wired into my Ten Tecs, and I put a little circuit board in here to do some conversions, and I found somebody saying you don't need to really do much except add a 10K resistor. So I was dubious of that, but boy does it work well. So here's the Ten Tec Omni or Paragon connector, and this is probably the same with most Ten Tecs. And I want to put down Paragon, one or two. I want to put down Omni, probably Omni 5 and 6. Anyway, it goes like this. If you're looking at the connector on the radio straight on with your eyes, or looking at the solder lugs on the connector when you're soldering onto it, there's PTT here, there's ground, there's the mic, and there's about 9 volts coming out of my Omni. 9 volts DC. And that's filtered. It's really good. It's filtered very well, actually. So the Motorola microphone, which I've been working on here, here's the model number of it. These went into Astros, I think. And they have a microphone plug, which is obtuse, and it wouldn't, of course, work with a Ten Tec radio. So I had bought this little mic cable on Amazon for $15, and of course it's not wired really for anything logical, and there's no shielding in this mic cable. It has no shield at all. But anyway, I thought, okay, I decoded what the colors were on this mic cable that I had bought, took the plug apart and looked at the wires, and then said, okay, here's how they match up to the functions of what they do. So anyway, long story short was, I found this guy with a great comment, and what did he say here that I loved? Let me show you here. He said basically this. This guy said, if the radio uses a high-level microphone input, then you can use it. I wire them on GE's, Midlands, other Motorola's. Red is mic high, and I don't know how accurate that was, but he said feed it through a 1.2K ohm resistor. And I think I used a 10K. I didn't even use a 1.2K. I think I misread this. You used the 10K, but the 10K worked out fine. So what that means is that the power wire coming from your rig, in this case, it's putting out 9 volts. You want to attach the resistor to the mic wire inside the microphone. That sounds weird, but that's how Motorola does it. They multiplex power on the mic lead to feed the preamp in the microphone, thereby saving a wire. So let me show you the innards of this mic. And the guy that wrote this little article, somebody had a diagram on here that I found. Everything is always so sketchy trying to figure it out on microphones and the internet, but okay, so here's a diagram for, I guess, that microphone. Who knows what it goes to really, but it works for me. So generically then, these supposedly a red color is mic audio, which is true. A black is ground, that's true. White is hook for the back of the mic, I guess that's true, and green is PTT. So I found those to be generally true. And so on the microphone here, you'll find that there are little pins that you can pull off, and these pins will hold the original microphone wire to the Motorola Astro, which in my case, I didn't want to cut the wire up. I saved it, and I can't find out where it went. But anyway, those pins have the colors on them of what the wire used, and those pin colors pretty much line up with these for most of the Motorola microphones. So what I found was this. I could hook on to red for mic audio and feed that with a 10K resistor to give it power to run the mic, to multiplex in power. The ground would work as the ground, and the white hook wire, I had to ground that to make the PTT work. So to make this PTT work, I had to ground this thing to ground to here. I'm not sure why, but I just went through with a multimeter, and that's how it ended up working. So look at my wiring here. I did end up jumping the white wire, and the white wire is indeed hook. I jumped the white wire to ground, so I just simply added a white wire here from that white wire to the ground terminal, and ground is labeled black. So black in this thing is always ground, and you can tell it's ground because that trace goes around the whole board pretty much. So that's how I did that. And then I'm sending voltage up through this blue wire. So there's 9 volts coming from the radio from the Ten Tec on that blue wire. So this pin here is 9 volts. It's sending up 9 volts. And I simply go in through this resistor here, and is it a 1K or what is it? Let's take a look here. I'm not even sure what I used here. Let's see, if that's important, what that resistor is. I can't even decode these anymore because they don't look right. I can't tell what it is. I guess we'll have to turn the meter on and see what it says. Let's put the meter across it and see what it is. Sorry about this video, it's very unscripted. It's very hack. Very sorry about that. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay, on one side with the meter, and on the other side with the meter, the black lead is missing. All right, is this a 1K or a 10K? Let's see what I put. I think it's a 10K, but sorry about the moving around here. All right, and I don't see any reading there at all. Obviously some wires are off here. Yep, as usual. Here we go, put that wire back on there. Okay, and that's a 10K, so look at that, 10K resistor, and that thing works like the nuts. So I'm really happy with that. So yeah, you just bring up power. You can bring up 9 volts from the Ten Tec and feed a 10K resistor onto the mic wire, and the mic wire is the red wire, and then you will have great audio. So that's what I did, and really the only connections here are these. I'll go over them again. This red wire is PTT, so PTT is the red wire here. Is it? No, it's mic audio. I'm getting confused. How can I convey how this works to you? Well, those are the colors on the microphone board. Those are the colors on the schematic of the board. And I simply connected PTT to red, in which my case the PTT is the PTT in my diagram here is a red wire. So my PTT is going to pin green, going to green, so green is PTT. Then I've connected a yellow wire, which in my case the yellow is ground. So the ground wire here is yellow, and that's going to the black pin here, and the black pin here is the ground pin right there. Okay, and then this wire here coming in from the coming in from my radio is a black wire, which is the wrong color, but I didn't change around the colors. Okay, the black wire is going to mic. That's mic hot. Okay, so black wire is mic hot. Going down to the radio is mic input. And that black wire for mic is connected to mic audio, which is red wire, red connection here. So that black wire here is going to the red connection here, which is great. So now, the only other thing you do is you add a powered resistor here. So the resistor's coming in from the radio with 9 volts on it, and you put that into the microphone hot. So microphone hot basically goes to the switch right here. So this red wire, red pin here from red, if you follow this trace, it goes all the way over here to the switch, and that was a nice place to put the resistor. So now, this thing is ready to put back into the microphone case. It works. I guess I should show you how well it works. Let me do that. So, get rid of that. And I've been running a program here. The SDR program is running right there. Anyway, I can show you how this works. Drag it over to the radio and turn it on. So it's all kind of rabble-scrabble right now because I haven't put it back together. But when you prototype microphones and things, this is how you do it. I'm trying to get my friend Bill to fix his D104 this way by rabble-scrabble. Okay, so here's a Ten Tec Omni 6, which is running along here. And it's on 20 meters. I'm going to plug this into the Ten Tec Omni 6 like that. This thing has so much output, you don't want to really crank the mic. The mic is down so far here. A little bit. You see the mic's way down there? I'm just going to crank it a little bit like that. Processor off. And then we can key this thing up and talk into it. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. And I don't see anything. Let's give it some more audio here. Maybe I broke it. There it goes. Testing 1 2 3, KB3W. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. KB3W testing. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and you can see the meter here. This mic really picks up. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. This thing has incredible audio. 1 2 3 from way down here. And it's got feedback too. All right, so that's how this works. I'm quite happy with it. Let's see how the mic is barely cranked up. The preamp in this thing is so strong. Crank it down a bit more. There we go. 1 2 3. That mic is still too high. 1 2. Well, anyway, if I could turn the audio down on this thing, it might help. Function audio down. I gotta take this big bandage off now too. This is where they did the angiogram into my right arm. The probe went way up into my arm, into my heart. That's gotta come off at 5 p.m. and it's now about 5 p.m. Okay, let's try it again. 1 2 3 test. 1 2 3 test. KB3 whiskey test. 1 2 3 4 5. So I'm as happy as Peach with this mic, and I want to rewire this other one to match this one now, because this one I wired kind of funny. Wire it to match this one, and maybe send one to my brother. My brother has this radio here, and I think he'd be happy as punch with this mic. I tried this mic, this heel mic. It also works really well, but this damn thing really works. I almost want to wire that one to my Drake, and this one to this radio, and this mic goes to that radio. And I want to send my brother one. I got the D104 here for the Drake, but this may be the winner chicken dinner. Okay, thanks for watching. Again, this is how to wire the microphone for a radio with some power. So meaning that the radio can supply preamp power, and you add a 10K resistor. 10K resistor in the microphone between the power wire coming into the mic and the mic lead there on a Motorola mic. And the Motorola mic again is one of these guys here. Motorola, we used to call it Monkeyrola, and these are really, really good, respectable microphones. I'm as happy as Peach how this turned out. Looks like there's some chocolate on the microphone. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day.